When I did an earlier video today, one of the things that I did was leave the Occupy Philly encampment immediately, because I knew that if I stayed excuse me, I knew that if I stayed, there will be something that goes down that I would want to cover. And I was good. I left because this happened to me before in the past couple of weeks. I made the mistake of picking up the Philadelphia Metro, which is, if anybody is familiar with the Metro newspapers, a daily free newspaper. Okay. So now I'm here doing another video because I'm pissed off. Very. Saw an article. It's on page 3 of the Wednesday, October 26, 2011 edition of the Philadelphia Metro. Headline is Occupy Philly outnumbered. Wait till you hear what's outnumbering Occupy Philly. It says, here's the subtitles. One organizer said the homeless population is starting to put a strain on resources. Others say they welcome indigent as neighbors and part of the 99%. City officials claim group is ill-suited to provide help. So now I'm going to read you the article. And you can rest assured I'm going to give you a few comments as we go along. Here we go. As Occupy Philly's tent encampment grows, so does the community's homeless population, which worries some of the group leaders. Okay, first off, there are no leaders. Okay? I mean, granted, there are some folks, and we've had this problem. We have some folks out there who think they can run shit, but there are no leaders. And those particular people had to be pulled over to the side every now and again to just let them know that they are not the ones who are going to boss anyone around. Matter of fact, no one's going to boss anyone around. But that's an inside thing that we have been dealing with. It's let's just say it's part of the reason why we had the little red baiting that was going on for a little bit, but that's another story in and of itself. In any case, let me go on. It makes sense, this is a quote, it makes sense, 95% of what we do here helps the homeless, meals, housing, shelter, said Rob Hunter of the Comfort Committee. Now let me give you another heads up. You notice that I mentioned the name here. Remember that. Remember that I mentioned Rob Hunter of the Comfort Committee. I'm going to go on with this quote. We're here to stand up for the 99%, and they're certainly the most vulnerable. Bravo to Rob Hunter. Okay, let me go on. The issue has caused tension among occupiers as some committees are feeling the pressure of resource strain in terms of both supplies and manpower more than others. The homeless have outnumbered the occupiers, an organizer with the safety committee said. Notice there wasn't anyone identified. We are totally overwhelmed. We don't have the training or social services to meet the needs. She said that it has been difficult for her to participate in the political side of the movement because she is constantly dealing with the effects of attendant drug and mental health issues that often compound the problem of homelessness. Now, the reason why I gave it a glance when I noticed the word she is because I think I know who this person is. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm glad now that she was not identified, if it's the same person I'm thinking of, because she is a straight up solid person, and if she's reading this, I'm willing to bet any amounts of money that she doesn't appreciate being looked upon as a cad, courtesy of Philadelphia Metro, which has been a solid newspaper for a while, but unfortunately this crap comes up every now and again. But let me go on. Still, many other occupiers welcome the community. Yes, we do. And they are becoming better integrated with the movement. We invite them quite a bit, said Steve Ross of the Media Committee. There he gives them a name again. When I am walking on the street, I say, come here, there's free food, and a lot of them do. The city's Office of Supportive Housing said that city shelter numbers, which hover around a 96% occupancy rate, have not seen any decrease. But she also noted that Center City has a robust street homeless population. I'll get to that person in a minute. It was a little rough in the beginning, but a lot of the homeless volunteer hunters said, we're like neighbors now. Now let me get into something else that's being said that's in this article. It's actually not in the article. It's an inset within the article that's titled, Don't Compare. This is where I get heated. The woman who was quoted in this particular inset is Dinette Mintz of the Office of Supportive Housing. Dinette, Dinette Mintz, M-I-N-T-Z. She says, Dinette Mintz of the Office of Supportive Housing said that occupiers are ill-equipped to provide the services the homeless population needs. No shit. But we move on. It appears that they don't realize that we, unfortunately, already had a street homeless population before they arrived that occupied the plaza, she said. Yes, we do realize it, you ninny. One of the reasons why we're at Dilworth Plaza is because Love Park, which is right across the street, we were going to occupy were it not for the homeless saying, hey, look, we live there. We much rather have this spot for ourselves. So we said, okay. There is also a depressed area in the Dilworth Plaza area. You go downstairs. It's kind of like a thoroughfare between trains. There's a little train station just underneath City Hall, and that little depressed area is a thoroughfare for that. That area is clear right now because, again, the homeless had asked those who were occupying not to set up tents down there, and we have respected that, and because we recognize that they are the reason why we're there. I'll get to that in a minute. You want to talk about Oh yeah, let me add this. As by the way, it says departments at last count estimated 370 street homeless in Center City alone. Sounds plausible, but it comes across as lowballing. But let's go on. If they are not providing people with a permanent housing plan, then I don't think they compare to what the city does. Let's talk about what the city is doing. There is something on the schedule called the Dilworth Renovation Project. And last week we went into City Hall to discuss it with some of the folks that are spearheading it. That depressed area that I was talking about, the one that we are leaving clear for those who were already there, the homeless that were already there. What the city is doing with that spot is turning it into an ice skating rink. There's more. They're using money from the federal stimulus package to do it. $50 million. $50 million that could have been used for low-income housing, as I said at that city council meeting, not city council meeting, but at that committee meeting last week. Apparently, the city doesn't have a permanent housing plan if they are going to squander $50 million that could be used for low-income housing on a damn ice skating rink. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, there is some good renovation that's coming along that they plan for the area, like handicap accessible elevators and such. That's all well and good. But by the same token, it's something that I had asked, why does it take precedence? That doesn't have to. That can take precedence, making it accessible to the handicap. But by the same token, a lot of the other stuff that they want to do, like the damn ice skating rink, can wait, provided that you have a permanent housing plan. And what she said, and there's also about 810 people out of 977 beds of the city's single male shelters. Miss Mintz, let me just tell you straight up: if you see that we are ill-equipped to handle the concerns of the homeless, and we're doing our damnedest to try to help them the best we can, maybe you should help us help them. Maybe we can help you help them. You're getting paid to do that, not come up with condescending remarks that end up in the newspaper. Go out there and help. Don't snipe from behind the scenes because Mayor Nutt is signing your damn checks. We're not the problem. None of these occupations around the country are the problem. What we have done was amplify the problem. And if the homeless have problems, are there, that's not going to be ignored by us. It's going to be respected. And most importantly, it's going to draw attention to the job you're not doing, Miss Mintz. You and the city. Which is why I'm pissed off about this particular article. I gotta tell you something, man. City officials around the country, certain city officials around the country, are just losing their minds over these occupations that's been going on around the country. And I don't know what's going to happen in Philly. Everything has been cool in Philly so far. But after what happened tonight, there's another reason why I'm hitting this video up right now. After what happened tonight, all this opposition towards the occupations better start coming with a different frame of mind, because we're not going to stand for it anymore. We really, really can't. What happened tonight? As I'm watching this right now, there is Oakland, California. Occupy Oakland is catching pure hell. Whatever New York City done, Oakland is getting worse. First of all, you had city officials that were, just like Philadelphia, down with what Occupy Oakland was doing. You have a mayor who has been bullied by the Oakland Police Department in the past when she tried to defend Oscar Grant. She stood with Occupy Oakland. And now the police are strong-arming Occupy Oakland out of the plaza or the park that they're in right now, to the point that as we are speaking, there is an Iraq War veteran who is part of Occupy Oakland sitting in a hospital in critical condition after being tear gassed. This is what I'm getting within the first 5 minutes of me hearing about it. And from what I'm reading, no one knows what's going to happen. They don't know. They don't know his situation right now. Hold on a minute. I'm going to see if there's any news that has come up since about that particular case, because this just happened. I know people are pissed off right now. It says, all eyes on the comrade in Highland Hospital, an Iraq veteran against the war who's had brain surgery after being hit by tear gas in the head. I'm guessing a tear gas canister. His health is deteriorating. If something happens, we will respond. I'm not going to say who wrote that. But they're definitely in Oaktown. And her last comment on her page was, well, that press conference was as full of shit as I thought it would be. Don't know what she's speaking on, but that was done in about a half hour. We can't stand for this. But then again, it's also what we've been fighting. And I hope that everybody recognizes this for what it is. In the meantime, we need you to start sending letters to Metro. Letters at metro.us to respond to this particular article that I read you. It would greatly appreciate it, and they need to hear from us. So does the writer of this particular article, Alex Wigglesworth. Yes, that's her real name. Her email address is awigglesworth@metro.us. She's going to cover the Occupy Philly. She needs to get her facts straight. Alright, I'm done, y'all. And much love to this person that's being hurt in Oakland, that was hurt in Oakland. I hope that everything's okay.